Okay, let's see the concept of stacks implementation using arrays and the linked lists. So what is a stack? Stack is a data structure that follow the leaf order, that is last in first out. So whatever the last element that you want to insert, that is going to be popped out first. Okay, so how we are going to visualize this particular stack? We have this particular two representations. One is the horizontal representation, one is the vertical representation. So let us first see what is the vertical representation. Here, this is how we are going to visualize this particular stack. So if we have elements 2, 5, 6, 9. So this is the first element, this is second element, third element, and this is fourth element. So whenever I want to insert an element, then I am going to insert this element only on the top of this particular stack. So this is the concept. So what is the top as of now? This is the top. This is the top position. So this is the first element. Now I'm going to insert it. So now this is inserted. Now second element is this one. So now I'm going to insert it here. A third element is this one. I'm going to insert it here, and then the last element is this one. So I'm going to insert it here. So if you can see that the top position is now this one. This is the top position of this particular step. So the last element, this is the ninth, is the last element. Now this is on the top position. So that's why we are saying that this is going to follow leaf order. What is leaf order? That is last in. That is the last element that we have. 9 is the last element. First out. So if you want to delete the element, which element you are going to delete first? This is the first element you are going to delete. That is pop operation. That deletion meaning the pop operation. The second element you are going to delete this one. So this one, like this one, and then this, and now finally this one. So if you will see the order, the last element is the first out. That is, the last element is a 9 one. When we are going to delete it, we are going to delete this particular last element first. So this is the simple concept of this stack. Last in, first out. Okay. If we are going to represent this particular vertical position, a vertical representation in form of horizontal, then this is how we are going to do it. I usually follow this particular horizontal representation. So this is the top element. Initially, what is the top? Initially, this is the top. So which element will come first? This. Then after this, top become this one. This element will insert. Then we are going to insert this one, and the last element is this one. So now the top element is this one. So both way are correct, meaning that this is a horizontal representation, this is a vertical representation. Whatever representation suits you, you can follow that particular representation. So now let's see the kind of operation that we can apply using this data structure, using this stack concept. So how we are going to implement this concept? We have two ways in order to implement these concept of stacks. That is a data structure stack. We can implement it using two ways. What are the two ways? Two ways to implement stack. The first way is array, using the concept of array, and the second way is using the concept of linked list. So first we will see how we can use the concept of this array for implementation of this data structure called as stack. So stack is this particular, please don't get me confused, stack is just a term. This is a kind of concept, and using this particular concept we can reduce the complexity. If we are not going to use this particular concept of the stacks and simply we are going to do some kind of operation like insertion and the deletion, and we are going to simply use the concept of the array and the linked list, then we will observe that rather than simply using the concept of the array and the linked list, if you will follow the concept of the stacks and then we'll implement this particular concept using array and the linked list, the complexity of insertion and deletion will get reduced. So we'll see it. So first let's see how we are going to perform the two operations, that is the push operation, that is the insertion elements, insertion of elements, and pop operation, that is deletion of elements using the concept of stack. And how we are going to implement it? Using the concept of array. So now see the push operation, that is the inserting. We want to insert some element. Let us suppose that we want to insert 2, 5, 6, 9. So how we are going to insert these elements using the concept of the stack into an array. Okay, so the only one thing that we need to take care is the position of the top. What is the position of the top? So as I draw this particular stack in horizontal position, so initially this is the top position, and these are the subsequent positions. So initially what we will do, we are going to initialize this particular top position here. That is, initially we are going to take this particular top position as -1, and we are going to increase this particular top position by 1 and then going to insert the element. So let's see this. So let us suppose we have this particular stack in form of this particular array. So let me define it to the maximum size. So this is, if this is the size of array, that is the max size. So this particular index will be what? This will be max -1, because this is the 0th index, and this is 1 and this is 2 and so on, right? So now we will initialize this particular top is equals to -1. Why -1? Because initially we say that this particular array is not holding any element. Initially this particular array is empty. So that's why we are initializing this top is equals to -1. Now we will create one push function, and let us suppose that we want to insert some user defined item. Okay, so what we will do, we will check if this particular top position is equals to maximum -1. So that is what we are doing, we are checking whether this particular top is pointing to this one or not. If this is pointing at this particular position, what does it mean? It means that this is the lowest position. After this we do not have any space. It means that we cannot insert the element now because this is the last position. So what we can simply return is, that is, it is a kind of overflow position. We cannot insert more elements because this is the last element and top is pointing to this particular last element, and we cannot insert more element into this. So this is the overflow condition. Else what we will do, else we can increment this particular top position to top -1. So let us initially suppose that this is an empty, so top is -1. So after incrementing we will go this particular position, so it is pointing to 0 now. Then after pointing to this particular, now top is pointing here, and if you are pointing this position, then we can easily insert element at this particular position by simply writing this line of code. Okay, and then simply we can return. Okay, so now if you will see this, then we have the first element, and this is the top is equals to -1. Okay, and we want to insert this particular element, let us suppose this 2. So where the 2 will be inserted? The 2 will be inserted at this particular position, 2 here. And the second element is 1, this one, 5. So where is the position of top? Top is 0. So we are going to increment it by 1. So top position is now this one. So now we are going to increment the top, and we can insert the 5. Then again we want to insert this. What is the current position? Current position is this one. We are going to increment it. So this is the new position. Now we can insert the 6. Then again we are going to increment it. So let us suppose we are incremented and we come to this particular 3, and we are going to insert 9. And let us suppose we have one more element 10, and we are going to increment. Now top is pointing to this position now, that is the 4th position, and we are going to insert this particular 10. So now again if you want to insert some more element, let us suppose 11. So can I insert it? Now it will check what is the position of this. Top equals to maximum -1. So top is already at this particular position. So it means that 11 cannot be inserted. So what it will print? It will print the overflow condition. So this is simply how this particular insertion or the push operation works if we follow the data structure as stack and we are going to implement it using the array. So as far as the complexity is concerned, so what is the complexity for this? The complexity for insertion is order of 1. Why? Because in order to implement, in order to insert any element, what we need? We just need the position of this particular top. That is, we just need the index position. We just need to have this particular index position of this particular top. So this can be achieved only in a constant time. We can achieve this in a constant time. Okay. So this is one, and here we have only one comparison. So this comparison can also be done in one constant time. Else this is also again one constant time, and this is a kind of assignment, and this is again a kind of assignment one. So overall, if you will see that the total time complexity for this is of order of 1. Okay. Now, so the second operation in the stack is the pop operation. So what is the pop operation? That is, we want to delete some element. We want to delete the element, delete an element. So if you will follow the concept of the stack, from where we can delete the element? We can only, because the stack is following the leaf order, the concept is following this leaf order, last in first out, meaning the last element. What is the last element? If you will see here, this is the last element. We can delete the last element first. It means that the only way to delete the element from the stack is only from the top. Once this is deleted, we are going to decrement this particular top, and we can have this new position of top. After deletion of the 6, we can have this new position of the top, and so on and so on, and up to this position. Top is equal to up to this position. When we are going to delete this 2, now there is no more element. If there is no more element, it means that the top value will be reduced to, when we further decrement it, -1, and when the value of the top is equal to -1, this is the kind of underflow condition. It means that there is no more element to delete. So this is kind of underflow condition. So in form of algorithm, if we can write it, how we are going to write it? We just need to have this particular pop function, and let us suppose we take this particular temp variable, and if we have this particular top is equals to -1, so we just need to initialize the variable top. So I'm just writing the pseudocode here. So what you will need to write, if top is equals to -1, it means that there is no element to delete. We simply return by saying that this is the underflow condition, and we simply return. Okay. Else what we will do, we just need to take this particular top element. We just need to take this particular top element. What is the top element? This is a stack of top. I just need to hold this particular inside the temp, so that I can later on print it that this is the deleted element, and I just need to decrement the top by 1, that is top, and I can simply return this particular temp. Okay. So this is a pseudocode for deletion of this particular elements from the this particular stack. So if you will observe, what is the time complexity? This is one comparison here. So this is of order of 1, and then these are simple statements. These are simple statement. This is one assignment. Again, this is of order of 1. Again, this is one assignment. This is of order of 1. And so in total, the time complexity for deletion will be of order of 1 only. Okay. So this is the pop operation. So for both array implementation, the time complexity for insertion and deletion turns out to be order of 1. Now, if we will see this implementation of push and pop operation using the concept of linked list, using the concept of this particular stack using linked list. So both operation, that is pop operation and the push operation, and we will follow what the stack concept, that is the stack as a data structure, and the way that we are going to implement it using the linked list. Okay, so if you can imagine that, okay, we are going to follow the concept of this particular stack. So stack horizontal representation look like this. So this is the stack, and these are the different blocks of the stacks, and we know that in these blocks, if we are going to have this particular linked list concept, then these blocks constitutes of what? Nothing more than these structures. If inside these blocks, if we can imagine that these blocks are nothing more than the structures, these struct nodes, then we can easily implement this particular stack concept using linked list. So this is how we are going to imagine this. So if you want to imagine the linked list in form of the stacks, then this is how we are going to imagine. So what is the top element? This is the top element. Now we just need to insert, we just need to perform this push operation. So what is the push operation? In the stack, we know that an element is always being inserted on the top of the stack. So what is the top of the stack? This one. So let us suppose I just want to insert one element. So for that I just need to create the structure first. So let us create the structure. This is the structure, and let us suppose the value in this is 40, and it is created at the 50th memory location. Then what we will do, if after creation of this particular structure, so how can we create this particular structure? We have only one single line through which we can create this particular structure. So let me write that particular line, and we just need to write this particular struct, and then node. Let us suppose we have created this particular temp pointer, which is of kind struct node star and malloc, then here let me write here size of struct node. So writing this piece of line, what will happen? This particular structure, this will be created inside the memory, and it will point to 50. Now what I need? I just need to see first whether this particular structure is actually being created or not. So how we are going to write it? If this particular structure that we have just created, if it is equals to null, meaning this structure is actually not being created, it is not being created, so there is some error, right? So it means that what we can write, that memory is not created. Okay, and we simply get written from here. Else if this structure is being created, then what we have to do, we just need this particular link to be here, and this particular top position from here to this particular node here. So this shifting we have to do. So how can I do that shifting? So what we will do after this, let me write here the item. What is the item now? This particular item, I can hold it in where? In temp of data part. So whatever the item I want to insert, let us suppose I want to insert 40, I can put this 40 into this particular data part. So I've just put this particular 40 in the data part here. And then what is the position of this top? Whatever the position of this top, initially this particular top position is pointing to, let us suppose these are the memory location 20, 30, 40, and like this. So initially the top is pointing, so because top is a kind of head pointer, so top is pointing to 10. So why don't you put this particular 10 here, this memory address here? So it means that what we have to do, this particular top position where we have to put at the temp of link, at the temp of link. By doing so, now this is being connected like this, and then this particular temp. So what is temp is holding? Temp is holding 50. Okay, so we just need to create this link. In order to create this link, what the top will hold now? Top will, if we will write this, top will hold now 50. So mean we have created this particular link. So we have deleted this link from here and we have created the new link. So now this is how we have inserted one particular new node into this particular linked list using the concept of the stack. So on the top we have created this. On the top we have pushed this element, new element 40, using the concept of the linked list. So if we'll talk about the complexity, so what is the complexity? The complexity in this case is, if you'll see, oh, let me write the full pseudo code here. So even before that, how we are going to create the this node structure? Struct node, and then I can have data part. So let me write it as int data, and then we have link part. So struct node star, and then this is kind of link. So let me write it the link part. Okay. So using this piece of line, what we are creating, we are just creating this particular node structure. This is the data part, and this is the link part. Okay. And then we have created one push function with some data item, int data item, and then we are going to write all these lines of code from here to up to this point, So using this small piece of pseudo code, this particular algorithm, we can insert one element into this linked list using the concept of this particular stack. That is, on the top we have to insert. So what is the time complexity? If you'll see that, what is the total time in order to create this particular, what are the main points that we have to cover? This is the main line. So in order to create this particular node, how much time it will take? This is a constant time. Then this is one comparison here. This is again our constant time, and these are simply simple statements. So this is again a constant type. This is a kind of assignment, a constant time. This is again a constant time, and this is again a constant time. So overall, if you will see, the complexity will be of order of one. So for both array implementation and linked list implementation, the push operation will take constant time. That is, the insertion will take the constant time. Then we are being left with the pop operation. So let's see the pop operation. So if you want to delete an element from this stack using the concept of linked list, so how we are going to implement this pop operation using the linked list? So we know that we can always delete an element into from this particular stack from the top only. So, and we know that this particular representation, the visualization of this linked list in form of the stack is like this. This is how we can visualize this. So what is the top element? The top element here is this one. This one is the top element. Okay. So if this one is the top element, you just call it the head or you call it the top, one of the same thing, right? So because initially in the case of the linked list, we usually called it the head. So you can take it both way, but for that you have to initialize this as well, right? So we have to delete this one, the first top element, because the pop operation will delete the element from the top only. So let us suppose this is containing some values, let us suppose this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, and this is the last element. So, and these are the some memory location. So this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and so on. And let us suppose this is 50. So I want to delete it, and after deletion, so what is the new position of the head? After deletion, the new position will be head of this one is the new position. Okay. So how can I do that? So simply I'm going to again take one struct node, and here we have int I, and this is struct node of link part. Okay, or rather than taking it the I, let me take it as data part, because I'm going to use this variable data in between. Okay, so this is one. Then what we have this particular pop function. So this is one pop function. So what it will do, this particular pop function, let us take one item variable. So item variable will be used later, so we'll see it. So now let us take one struct node or temporary pointer. So let us suppose we have one temporary pointer. So this is a temporary pointer we have. Okay. Now, if we are going to see that if this particular head position, initially we want to delete something, but inside the head we do not have any memory. Head is not holding any memory. It means that there is nothing to delete. So it means that we simply say that we do not have any kind of element to delete. So no element to delete, no element to delete, because in order to delete something we must have something in the head. If head is pointing to some memory location, then only we can go to the memory location, we can delete something. But head is pointing to null, it means that there is nothing inside the head. So it means that there is no element to delete, and we simply return. Okay. And then if this is not the case, so what we will do after this, let me write here. If this is not the case, then what we can do is item head of data. So what is the head of data? The head of data is here 7. So we are holding it inside the temp, this item, this variable. So item is holding 7. Okay. And then inside the temp, what we are holding, we are going to hold the head. So what is head is pointing? Head is pointing here. Let us suppose this is a 10. Okay, so this is 20 memory location, this is 30 memory location. So head is pointing to 10. Now 10 is inside the temp. So temp is now pointing where? The temp is now pointing to this particular. No, so this is not the case. Let me delete this one. In fact, initially, let me correct it. Initially, the head is pointing here. So initially the head is 50 value here, not 10, because initially the head is pointing here. So now temp is holding what? 50. So it means that now temp is pointing to this one here. Then we can say that is the head of link. What is the head of link? That is 10. So this 10 we can put it inside where? Inside the head. So now the new head is now pointing where? It is pointing to head, this particular 10th. Where is 10? So this is the 10th position. This is the memory location 10. So it is pointing here. Okay. Now what we are doing, then simply we can write that this particular temp of link, that is, what is the temp of link? This is 10 here. We can set this temp of link as null. Okay, so this means that here we do not have 10, but we have this null. And now this is free floating node, so we can remove this node and we can write that this is free what? Temp. So if we will write this, then this will be deleted from the memory. So if this will be deleted from the memory, then it means that this is no more now. So it means that the new structure, the new visualization for this will be like this. So this is the new visualization we have, this one. So this is how we have deleted one node from this particular linked list using the concept of this particular stack as a data structure. So if you will compare the complexity, what is the complexity in this case? If you'll see the main function here, this is the function. One comparison here, this is taking constant time, and again this is a kind of assignment, a simple statement. It is just being executed in a constant time. Again, these are just simple assignments. So this is again a constant time. This is again a constant time, and this is again this work can also be done in a constant time. This is also work done in a constant time, and this is also a constant time. So overall, the complexity is turns out to be order of 1. So if we have, what is our observation? What is the takeaway? The takeaway is that if you are not going to use the concept of this particular stack, if you are not going to use the concept of the stack, and you are going to insert an element into an array. So let us take the case of array, and this is simple array that we have. We have not used any kind of data structure. No data structure is used, and here stack data structure is used, and we used array concept in order to implement this stack data structure concept. So if you will apply this particular push operation, so this is the array. I want to push some element inside this particular array. So this is the index number 0, this is index number 2, this is index number 3. If I want to push an element and I do not know where I have to push, meaning I do not know anything about the index. So where I have to, what is the time complexity? If I want to insert some element inside this array, what is the time complexity? And I do not know. So let us suppose this particular array is of length n length. It means that I need to traverse one by one and need to see whether there is an element present or not. Yes, present. For example, here is also present, here is also present. In worst case, I need to travel for the n times and will see if there is an empty space, then I can insert the element. So it means that the time complexity for the push operation in simple case will be order of n. But if we have used the concept of this particular stack, and we have seen this, that the push operation in this will take how much time? Order of 1. So can you see that using the concept of this particular stack, and we have implemented it using the array, how we have reduced the time complexity in the push operation. So that is the advantage of using the stack as a data structure. The second is the pop operation. So if in the similar manner, if I want to delete some element, I do not know the index position from where I have to delete. So in worst case, I just need to search this particular element up to this particular nth position. Let us suppose I just need to delete 9. So I do not know the index position. So I just need to search this particular element. So I just need to traverse this array up to this particular point n, and then I am going to delete it. So in order to delete an element, I just need to search and then delete it. So the total time complexity will be order of n. But if I would have used this particular data structure, stack as a data structure, and I will perform this particular pop operation, then we have calculated that this time complexity order of n. Again, we have saved lot of time. This is n time, this is 1 time. Now this is advantage. Now if we will compare this case with the linked list also, let us take here, although we have little space, so let me see, one moment. Okay. So if you will see that if we will use this concept of again stack, and we will use this linked list for its implementation, then for the push operation the time complexity is order of 1. For the pop operation the time complexity is order of 1. So in both array and the linked list, the time complexity turns out to be order of 1. So it is better that you will use some data structure that is kind of stack here, rather than simply implementation of the push and kind of pop operation and using it without any following any kind of data structure. You should follow some kind of data structure, and here we have used the stack as a data structure and then implement this push and pop operation, and we have seen that how we have reduced the time complexity. Okay, so that depends what kind of whether you are going to use the linked list, whether you are going to use the array. That depends whether you are going to have your static implementation or dynamic implementation. So if you are going to go with the dynamic implementation, then you will choose this particular linked list implementation. Otherwise, if the size of the input is limited, and then you can go obviously with the array implementation. Okay, so this is how we have to see this concept of the stack and this implementation in form of the arrays and the linked list.